There are several considerations to creating a video. The planning stage is fairly straightforward, but there's a lot to think about. For example, anyone who is creating a video for educational purposes has to remember to keep the audience, the purpose, and the tone in mind.
Our audience is made up of our students. Think about the diverse backgrounds, ages, perspectives that our students have. We need to make sure that when we create videos, we choose generic images, all-inclusive images, and even age-appropriate images to connect to our audience. We also want to make sure that we choose images or videos that are not confusing in terms of the message that they send. Finally, in planning our video, we need to consider students with certain disabilities. We have to make sure the video is something that they can use to also learn.
Audience is fairly straightforward when we think of the fact that our audience is made up of our students. But it's not just the students we have now. We have to think about the types of students that we will have in the future and make the video so that those students can connect to the information as well.
Content should be relevant and should be presented in an interesting way in order to engage students. Ask yourself, are your students more likely to watch a video of you teaching at a whiteboard, or are they more likely to watch a video of something else, something that presents information in a different and dynamic way? Remember, the purpose of the video is to get the students to pay attention, not to fall asleep, not to stare and be bored, but to actually take in the content, to understand it, and to learn it. Determining purpose is our next step.
Think about purpose in more than one way. We think about purpose in terms of what we actually want our students to learn, but we also have to consider what we want our students to be able to do once they have a grasp of the material. And if we want them to do it while they are watching the video, or if they're going to come in and do something, even if they're preparing for a test review. There are a lot of different considerations when we come to think about purpose.
What SLO are guiding the creation of your video? Will your students supplement their reading material with the video? Will they have to do homework after they watch the video in order to apply the concepts? In class the next day, will you break your students up into groups or have them apply the information in a lab setting? Also, think about what I said earlier. Will they be reviewing for a test? Whatever your SLO are will determine what you put in the video. Considering tone is our final step.
Tone is hard to explain, but it's basically the feeling or the mood that is implied in your videos.
Tone is also the humor you use, the music and the pacing of the video, your word choice, and even the seriousness of the concept.
We want to make sure that students get a good sense of who we are as the instructor. We want to make sure that they connect with the video because they are connecting with us.
And we also want to make sure that when we create videos, we are not overworking ourselves. So let's keep it simple and short. Think about how many times you're actually going to use the video. Try not to put too much time into a video that you're not going to use a lot. Also, use a rubric. A rubric is a good way to figure out what you are going to do to create your video and then figure out how well you did it once your video is finished.